Hello everybody, my name is Kara, and today I'm here with my TBR for the Magical Readathon. I'm also participating in a couple of other challenges that I will talk about, and I am also super excited to be participating in 30-Day Book Binge for the first time. That is a readathon that is run by Misty from Book Rat Misty, and basically the goal is to just read every single day for a month. It doesn't matter how much, it doesn't matter what you read, just reading every day. Also, I am filming this on my birthday and I had a lot of energy, so I decided to pre-film a few things, so you will be seeing this outfit a couple of times coming up. The Magical Readathon was created by Book Roast, and I will link her original video down below. And this readathon is basically based on the Harry Potter classes, and if you read a book from a certain subject, that counts as passing your OWL in that class. This readathon is taking place from April 2nd through April 29th. Of course, I love Harry Potter, and I thought this sounded like a really fun readathon, so I thought I would share the books I am planning to read. So starting out with the miscellaneous challenges, I will be reading The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This is the first book in the Chaos Walking trilogy, and I am reading it as part of the read-along that is being hosted by Lily from Sweet Love Books, and I will link her announcement down below. The BookTube Readathon challenge for this month is to reread a book that confused you or that you had mixed feelings about, and I will be rereading Beastkeeper by Kat Hellison. And both of those criteria actually applied to this book because it did confuse me and I did have quite a few mixed feelings about it. I remember enjoying some parts of it, but there was a lot of confusing, like overlapping curses and weird mythology stuff and parts where you weren't quite sure what was going on. But I did still keep it, even though I gave it a 3 stars, which 3-star books tend to get unhauled from my shelves, so I do think that I will get more out of it the second time. Michael from Catalyst Reads is the creator of the Readathon, and I will link his original video down below as well. Now, on to the Harry Potter challenges. Now, what I found really helps me read a lot and get really excited about reading is having a good balance of specific challenges that I plan ahead of time while also leaving a lot of room to just pick up whatever I'm feeling. So because of that, I am doubling up on quite a few of these challenges so that I have a set number of books that I would like to get to while also leaving me room to pick up something I just feel like reading. The first Hogwarts class is Ancient Runes, a book with a symbol on the cover. And for that one, I will be rereading Artemis Fowl, The Eternity Code by Owen Colfer. This is the third book in the Artemis Fowl series, which I'm rereading as part of the Artemis Fowl read-along that I am co-hosting. I've really been enjoying the reread so far, and I'm excited to get to this one because I remember this being possibly my favorite of the series, definitely in the top 2 or 3. Now, I don't know if you can see it because it's very reflective, but there are gnomish symbols all over the cover of this book. The second class is Arithmancy, a book with a number on the cover or in the title. And for that one, I will be reading A Tale of Two Cities by Gail Carson Levine. Gail Carson Levine wrote Ella Enchanted and The Two Princesses of Bamar, as well as Fairest, and those are 3 of my favorite books from when I was younger that I still love today. So I was really excited to find out that she has a book that I have never actually read, and I've had this one for a while, and of course the number 2 is in the title, and I'm really excited to get into this one. Also, there appears to be some stuff about an acting troupe, which I had forgotten was in the summary, so I'm extra excited to get to this one. The third class is Astronomy, and that challenge is to read a science fiction novel. Now, I might end up picking up a completely different sci-fi book because there are a couple that have been sort of calling my name recently, but the one that I know will be covered for that is Artemis Fowl because I personally see this as a really good blend of fantasy and science fiction elements. Like, there are magical creatures in this series, but there's quite a bit about technology and more science fiction tropes or plot structures, so I'm gonna say it counts. The next class is Care of Magical Creatures, a book that includes magical creatures or features a magical creature on the cover. And doubling up again, I will be going with A Tale of Two Castles by Gail Carson Levine. As you can see, this one does have a dragon on the cover, which I am really excited about because dragons have become one of my favorite fantasy creatures. I guess I'm late to the party, but I really enjoy seeing how authors handle them. Promise I'm reading more than those 2 books, you guys. Next challenge is Charms, a fantasy book. That one I didn't pick out a particular novel because fantasy is my most loved genre and my most read genre, so I definitely know that I will be reading several fantasy books over the month, and I want to leave that one open to pick up whatever I want to read. The next class is Defense Against the Dark Arts, a book about or featuring secret societies or clubs. This one was a little tricky, but I will be reading The Ruby Circle. This is the 6th and final book in the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I would really like to finish this series off this year, and this book series does feature secret societies or groups. The next class is Divination, a book featuring prophecies. This was another kind of tricky one since I tend to avoid books that are built on a really obvious prophecy or chosen one trope, But one that I think sort of counts that I've been wanting to get to is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I don't know if there is a straight out prophecy used in this book, but there is like a fairy tale situation and a boy who is supposed to wake up from an enchanted sleep, and I'm gonna say that that counts as a prophecy since everyone tells stories about it and expects it to happen. I also have heard this book praised in terms of representation because I believe there is a romantic relationship between two male characters in this book. This book will also be counting for the next challenge, which is Herbology, a book with a nature-related word in its title, and of course that is forest. The next challenge is History of Magic, and that one is to read a historical fiction novel. Historical fiction is one of my other favorite genres that I've really been trying to get back into this year, and a book that I have been meaning to get to for a while and have just never picked up is Retribution Rails by Erin Bowman. This is, I believe, a companion sequel to Vengeance Road, which I really enjoyed. It's a YA Western type of story, and I loved the first book, like the characters and the grittiness of the plot. The next class is Muggle Studies, a Muggle nonfiction book, and that is another one that I didn't specifically pick out a book for that challenge, and that is because even more so than other types of books, I find that nonfiction, I really have to be in exactly the right mood to read it, and it's a little harder to predict what I'm going to feel like reading. But I do have a couple of options, and hopefully I will be able to pick up one during the month. The next OWL class is Potions, a book about or with alchemy. And because I don't read a lot of books about alchemy, I will be doubling up again, and that is The Ruby Circle by Rochelle Mead. This, in addition to the aforementioned secret societies, features a group of people known as alchemists, who are in fact one of the secret societies, and they do use a practice and a kind of almost magic, but more like scientific magic, that is called alchemy. And finally, the last OWL challenge is Transfiguration, a book that deals with transfiguration or shapeshifting, or a book with a cat on the cover. And going all the way back to one of the first books I mentioned on my TBR, that will be Beastkeeper by Kat Hellison, because in addition to the folklore and curse elements, there is a strong focus on transfiguration and humans turning into other things, and I remembered that that was a really important plot point in this book. Okay, you guys, so those are all of my reading plans at this point for April. I have quite a mix of specific books I want to read and a lot of space for interpretation and picking up whatever I feel like reading. You guys should definitely let me know in the comments if you are participating in any of these readathons or challenges. And also let me know one book that you're hoping to get to in the month of April. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video, and I hope you love the next book you read. Bye!